Let's speak to one of these protesters who is outside the state television building in Cairo, Alaa Abdel Fatah, a pro-democracy activist and a prominent blogger. What are the protesters hoping to achieve by converging on the state TV building?
The idea is to shut down the TV, but obviously the layout of the building itself makes it not really possible for us to shut it down by just being, present in front of it. So what we are trying to do is bring up enough numbers and, drum up enough excitement so that we convince the employees who work inside to defect and join us. This has already been happening in, smaller numbers. And there's also a sit-in in the media production city, which is the other arm of the state TV. It's where the actual studios are. And there's a sit-in by the employees there. So we are trying to shut down this government institution, but at the moment, not by force or even by being able to blockade it, because that's not practical at this stage, but by encouraging the employees to join us.
Why is it important for you to shut down the state television broadcast? Do you think that many people do still rely on it and are still swayed by what they see and hear from state television?
Well, I think that tide is turning, but they did launch a very vicious propaganda campaign against us that looked like it was successful for a week. So there is obviously that, but also it's the regime. It's one of the regime's final, places of power. It's one of their outlets. So we'd rather not give them any place from which to act or speak or, direct things.
Do you think, though, that by going to different sites, the presidential palace, the state TV building, Tahrir Square, these protests may be losing some of their focus?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Is there the risk that the protests may be losing some of their focus by going to too many different sites within Cairo?
Well, not really. Tahrir is overflowing with hundreds of thousands of protesters, and there are millions in the streets that are not really knowing what to do. So I don't think there's a big risk. The TV building and the parliament and the Abdeen Palace, the ceremonial, presidential palace, are all in downtown, very close to Tahrir. So it's highly coordinated with Tahrir. The only one that's at risk, of being isolated or attacked is the one in Aruba, which is the presidential residency. But it's not, draining momentum out of Tahrir or anything. That's like wondering if, having protests in Alexandria is weakening the movement, whereas it's actually making it stronger.
How much are you still counting on the army's position, on a clear shift within the army toward the protesters?
Well, personally, I'm not waiting for the army to do much. They're obviously not going to shoot. There was a lot of speculation that, going to the palace or to the TV building, that the army will act or will prevent us or something like that, and that didn't happen. But, on the bigger picture, like waiting for the army to topple the regime or something like that, people are discussing these things. I'm not personally waiting for them to do that. I'm waiting for us to, bring down the regime from the bottom up. But it is being discussed constantly, and frankly, I don't see a sign of the army taking a stand against the regime anytime soon, but who knows?
Alaa Abdel Fatah, pro-democracy activist and prominent blogger outside the state television building in Cairo. Thanks very much for joining.